have morals. There are things that we will not do. There are things that we will not tolerate. But I'm glad this room is empty. Citizens, for the most part. Sean is on video. But we cannot, at this point, afford to have the cities break itself apart. We've sat up here and people are coming to our meetings. They're concerned about their homes, the community, and we're sitting up here doing what? Roger said, twiddling your thumbs. I think we're doing more than twiddling your thumbs, because from the point of view that I see, we actually did get something done. That was on the state of the city. The number of things that were on that list that we did, for every one of those things that we did, I guarantee you there are 5 to 10 things that people wish we would have done differently. The fact that we did get what we did accomplish, be overlooked by we didn't do this, we didn't do that. So I don't know where this meeting is going to end and how this meeting is going to end, whether Jim puts in his papers. But you cannot expect people to just accept this. I mean, let me back it up. I've seen people walk away from this job because of this commission, not a job, this responsibility. I've seen people, I saw Nancy Wilson up and just resigned because of the things that were happening. I've seen commissioners, city administrators, basically take the back door out of here and didn't tell anybody where they were going. I'm not going to take this, I'm not going to belabor this. I mean, one of the things, the benefits of being the mayor, you get to speak last. And what I've heard and seen here tonight, again, I'm just glad that we don't have a full house. I don't know what the end game is. I don't know what your intended purposes are, if there are any. Is there anything for the benefit of the city? Is there anything for the benefit of some clique that we have? But this is not the right time. Our country is moving to places that we've never been before. I don't think y'all understand fully where we are right now as a country. We are worthy, we are being considered to be the laughing stock of the world. People are losing their ability to have a conscience about who they fire, who they hire. We are not in a good place as a country. It all trickles downhill. We're the bottom level. We're the bottom level on this trickle. Federal government says what they're going to do or not going to do, and then they give it to the states. States see that the federal government is not getting what they're used to getting, then they take it away from the county. And then the county turns around and tells the city, you got to do more. So we're at the bottom end of this trickle down. And the citizens, they're even worse off because they're looking to us, because you don't see a senator in your gas station or on your grocery store. You don't see a congressman. You very rarely, if you see a state representative, but you do see a city commissioner. You do see a mayor. You know where they live. You can knock on their door. I think I'm going to end this right now because I'm only going to say this and I'll get this out of the way. One of the things that we did this weekend, Monday, Tuesday, we took 8 of our kids from the Boys and Girls Clubs up to Tallahassee. There were 324 representative clubs that service more than 2 180,000 kids. We were up there to be able to let the kids see how government works. And we gave them an opportunity to see and speak to senators and congressmen. They take this, they're the ones that are going to be running our states and our cities and our city commissioners. And hopefully that we'll have not tainted the water so that they won't even think about it. But at that note, I would say,
Wait. Ricky wants to say something.
Vernon, you got a whole section to go through yet.
Yeah, that's right.
You got a section to go through
we want to
yet.
snatch together.
We got an employment application to deal with.
Oh, yes, you're right, you're right. See the emotional part of it? I had the guys talking about he's firing, he's quitting, and now Rick still got hit. This is where we are. This is
the chaos.
This is the chaos. I'm sorry, I apologize. Thank you, Roger, for pulling me back in. I was a little bit over the line. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you, Lynn. I appreciate you too. Okay.
Well, I didn't get to finish saying what I was going to say, but go ahead.
I thought you did, that's why I started. But anyway, so where are we now, please? Somebody tell us where we are. Rick has to get his,
They still gotta go then.
you got a bunch
I got somebody we're hiring that we offered a job to
You're right.
because the other guy didn't want it and
Grant,
I know we have to go through
to
you.
introduce his application or what? Did you want to talk about his application?
No, I just wanted to get your blessing because we'd already hired somebody, but I know we have to go through you to hire them.
You hired two.
Yeah.
You did, even though the one guy bailed on the day of starting, and we had another candidate, we just want to automatically assume you approved two, but I wanted you to know that if somebody went back to the packet and said, wait a minute, that's not the name we did. So we brought his resume in, and so basically, you did approve the two positions. We just want you to be aware that
That was filling the second position.
this is filling the
We
first
hope.
position. Yes.
We hope
Yes.
at this point.
Well, if you need a motion, I'll make a motion and we approve his hiring.
motion moved. Second. Motion moved and second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor? Aye. Any opposes? So moved.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did you want to update anything other than the report?
I don't,
We want, just real quickly on Michigan.
Yeah, when they talked about Michigan, we have no intention on opening up Orange or all that area there where the Martucci's live and all that. The problem is we don't have enough storage out there. If we get a couple good rains, it's already come back up. So we're gonna leave Tangerine and all that status quo right now. Plus, if we pull Tangerine up on the far side, the road's deteriorated beyond repair. We had FEMA come out, and we're trying to get them to do mitigation to get money, but if we do anything before they do something for us, then we won't get anything. It's kind of like Pennsylvania, you can't do anything with Pennsylvania right now, it's one lane and it's falling apart, but we don't have the funds, the city does not have the funds to fix that, the way it's gotta be done, so we're just at status quo, so I'm leaving that, because I know if we get any rain, it's gonna come right back up where we're at. And I don't have, like Mr. Kuki said, we only have one lane there. It's very dangerous to drop off. So I just wanted you guys to know we weren't gonna open it up.
I think there's a point that we don't get to translate that because of what point I'm talking about. If we do something before FEMA approves it, then we do it, then we eat it.
Because we've asked them for mitigation.
We asked for
Them to do
mitigation.
designing and all that to help do that.
So
Yeah.
we didn't slack on what we were doing, it's just that we have to wait till their wheel turns.
Everything's a waiting game.
And then again, it's the citizens who see the wheel not turning and figure that we ain't doing nothing.
We're meeting with FEMA minimum every 2 weeks.
Yes.
This next cycle, it's per week because we're getting close. They came out, we're able to look at the roads that were underwater. So the next step is them sending us back mitigation plans, what money might be there to go forward. So, you know, this aspect, we're doing nothing. I mean,
Yes.
we're meeting. They either come up here from Melbourne
All right.
and they have been as pro and as
Yes.
positive and
Yes,
as
they have been
helpful
really
as can be. We have no complaints.
They've been really great. I mean, they're just super great with trying to help us.
And they're working out for us to be at 100% reimbursement. of what we've spent.
The continuity of what you guys are talking about is what does not get seen. Everybody wants something to happen in their own time, in their own way, but the fact that you're doing it step by step, strategically, is what is missing. And it's also, it's not lost that from the dais, there's got to be some responsibility as to find out what it is that we are doing before we make decisions about it, statements about it.
And the playground, the parts have been ordered, 10 to 14 week lead time, they come from China. I did. And all of them, they're Melissa Park, I think Czechoslovakia. So next time we do a playground, there's a company in the United States. They're more expensive, but you can get the parts readily. I did order, the bench was bad, I ordered 2. They were relatively cheap, but if I'm gonna have to do this, I better get some parts in here because the lead time, I ordered some more steps that are coming for it too on the big part. And we're gonna try to order some more this next time that I know could be possibly broken to get them here. The bouncer toy is being repaired. They're pulling it out next week. They're gonna machine it, repair it, and powder coat it with American powder coat, so it will not do what it did. They don't powder coat, they plastic coat. So there will be powder coating with real powder coat, double powder coat there, and all that will be taken care of. And the tire swing where it fell is from defect, but the warranties are gone. They're gonna go up, re-gussing it, fix it, everything. The misconception I had all these years was we had to put back factory parts. We do if you have a warranty. They won't cover it. But as long as it goes back and we have inspections, I have 2 companies that give me prices. They will not go back in service until they're inspected by a playground company and certified. And they will be certified every year, whatever is recommended, so we know we are covered.
And that also helps the Boys and Girls Club, who has a separate organization where their kids are involved. So that means that they came and inspected the playground and they found defects that they were told that they had to repair. In other words, the club.
Yep.
When we got back to them that we'd already been addressing these things and we were already in the process. And what we're finding out, what I'm finding out, is that because we had bought the playground with certain warranties, and those warranties are manufactured in China and wherever, we bought I wasn't around when we bought it.
But it's an industry standard. Let me explain this. Most of those playgrounds are made overseas. There's only one company that I think is Kentucky or Tennessee called Game Time or whatever that makes them in America. So if you're going to do that and you want parts readily available, or you buy a bunch when you get it, so I bought extra steps and crab seats and all this, I'm going to order some more. So we have them because of the lead time, who knows what they could make it. We can't get it.
Lead time is also taken into consideration. Now we have tariffs.
Yeah.
This was before the tariffs.
Yeah.
But anything
We got it in before the tariffs.
anything that we do beyond the tariffs will also include
Yeah.
an additional price.
Mayor, the other thing people in the community need to understand from your parks, your parks get more wear and tear than any traditional city park because your parks are also used as a school playground. Okay? So your normal kids on the evenings and weekends, when you have 20 kids on a teeter-totter, and how many kids were on your hang?
Oh, the tire swing?
I mean, we have reached out to our school and have asked their cooperation, we get silence. Their lack of supervision and allowing the kids to do what they're doing in the parks, they're costing taxpayers in Lake Helen. And most of those kids are not Lake Helen kids.
And the wear and tear, I sent like the picture of where they walk and all that, they said the wear and tear, how old is that thing? I said it's like 5 years old. But there's so much activity on that one. You know, it's gonna fail constantly like that. You know, it's just, it can't take that beating whether it's commercial or not. It's not designed for over and over and over and over and over and over. The kids, you go out there on any given day, after Ivy Hahn lets out, we are their child care services for them. There's nobody out there, and all the kids go in there, and all they do is ravage that stuff and leave. And you can take it off, you can do whatever you want, the parents will watch them, untape it, and let them play. So we just shut it down from now on, lock it up, I'm sorry, that's just the way it's gonna be. We can't keep it open and keep you happy because you're gonna do something like that. I can't pull a piece out because there's concrete there. If I put a barricade there or something, the kid's gonna get a barricade, he's gonna get the concrete, we're gonna get sued. So we're gonna do it exactly the way it's gotta be done, and then we have the certifications, they come out, they'll also cover for liability and insurance when we have all that. And that's all I got.
Thank
There's
God.
update on the.
I have a lot more, what
Well, it
is?
says update on the.
Oh, the water tower, that was, we were gonna bring that, but we're gonna bring that next month for you guys' approval to get on
Yep.
the tank.
We maybe
refurbished.
figured out how the right way to do it.
Yes, we just wanna make sure we do it the right way, but it'll be USG who's doing our hydro tanks now. We're gonna go in what they call an evergreen, is what we have right now. You pay so much up front. They do our repairs up front. They're gonna redo the tower this year, paint it, everything, logos, everything on it. You pay a certain amount for 5 years and it goes down to the lesser amount and you never touch it again like you do our hydro tanks. Actually just came out and painted one of our hydro tanks. We don't pay for that anymore. It's on our evergreen, they call it, forever maintenance. And they take care of it, because we have the SCADA on there, and we also have the water tower, where all the water meters on there now, so you can't, if you take it down, you gotta put it to the tower. But it's a landmark and it's ours, and we're gonna put lights on it too, so it'll light up at night.
Perfect.
By them, it's ours. We love it.
Anything else? I can give you a whole million more, but
No, sir.
I just got a question for the same man.
We fired that.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
All names, even
Uh-huh.
the state press
Let
called
me
me.
realize when they're,
I have to change forms.
where it's
They all put that in the wrong bills.
$400.
Chief?
If you wanna get on the water meter issue, that like you
I
said
just
just
want to
now.
know when you know what's going on.
Yes, and believe me,
If you know what it is.
I know exactly what it is, and we can, that's the good thing about the software, the one that had before started that, we can track on any given hour what they use, so we can show them where the water goes, you know? And a lot of them have sprinkler systems, when they get hit, lightning shuts the power off, they go back into fail-safe mode, their factory settings, and nobody notices it because they run at night or in the middle of the evening, 2 or 3 times.
You know the rainstorm.
Yeah, so I mean, and we're pretty good about snooping out something's, you know, going on, and we help the people tremendously. If we can find something, we help them in the field. I help them before it gets deep. We try to make sure everything's right on their side, because they are citizens, they are paying for it. So we go out I went out the other day at 411 South Euclid. They checked everything, they had a guy come out and all of dig up the whole service line, and everything turned off. They still had a little bit moving, so those things pick up anything. So I thought we'll be back tomorrow, we're gonna reset this, we worked on it for 2 days. And it ended up being a leak probably underneath their slab, but they have it for their thing there, but we went, and she was so appreciative, but we're there to help them. We wanna find the form we can, but we can only do so much. You know, but we do, we, all my guys are good about that.
I was just wondering if you knew where the problem came from for a $1,700 bill.
And a lot of people are getting their bill for the first time because they didn't have any usage, because they'll go, well, my bill was $88.60. Well, that's the minimum bill. You got that meter for how long? You got free water for this long till now. It's just coming about, and this next billing cycle should equal out everybody where they're on a regular billing cycle.
Should be back on a regular.
Yeah, regular cycle. We got a long one and a short one, and now we'll have a regular, and it'll be back on track. But that software, Aaron goes in every day or every other day, I go into it, and it sends us alarms, where we can program it, what alarms we want, we let people know right away, hey, you've got a high, we go out and check it. We have, if a meter's not working, it'll tell us so we can catch it beforehand, go out if it's not programmed or it got hit by a mower. It's amazing, but you have to work with the system to do that. You have to go in there with it. And they send us reports all the time, all that to our phones and everything, so we have.
One thing I learned about the system is that there was someone that had their water turned off because they didn't get to the city in time. And I got a call, I called Ricky, and Ricky pretty much said that the person that runs the computer is gone, so there's not a manual thing that you can do to go to turn.
There are certain meters out there that are put in certain places that are electronically controlled.
It takes a lot of the gift giving away as to, well, you pay your water bill on time, get to the city before we close, but you don't allow you to pay it online. So
So there are meters out there that do shut off by pushing the little button on the computer. And it will also give them either off or trickle, it'll allow them to take medicine. So we put it on trickle if they are, and that way they can still get water, just can't get a lot of water.
Thank you. Anyone else?
We good?
I'll let you have the hand.
Chief?
It's my turn.
Before you get up there, I just want to make a motion that we cannot have any resignation before that.
Well, that's one of the things I want to say, is, I want to apologize.
They came from us.
I'm not apologizing for what I said, because I meant every word. Every single word I said, I'm apologizing, and I have to say it. Can you please be quiet while I'm talking?
Please, in the back.
Thank you. So, things were said tonight, but there's a reason they were said. It's not because somebody overreacted. It's not because somebody was being a baby. It's stuff that's been going on for a long time and it's building, and most of you know what that is. We're not gonna sit here and say, well, I don't know what we're talking about. We know what we're talking about. So, what I want to ask you is, Jeremy, I love you. I love you to death. You're the best boss I've ever had. And I've had a lot of bosses, and you're the best boss I've ever had, and I don't want to lose you. So I would like you guys, somebody please make a motion to reject Jim's resignation.
I make a motion.
Is he willing to rescind it?
Heather asked me, I'm gonna talk with staff tomorrow, or staff meeting, I'll talk with my wife this weekend.
Can I say something here? I never asked for his resignation. I never asked for a motion for his resignation. He's the one who said that he's unhappy.
I'm not going to
I'm
respond.
shocked.
Just like you can talk, I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to sit here and listen to somebody not take responsibility for stuff that has been done for months and months and months. No, I'm
I
not going to
haven't
sit
seen
here.
anything yet.
And I hear some words, but it's the same clique. It's the same clique that if you don't join their clique, you're the enemy. This city administrator, the last city administrator, the city administrator before that, this mayor, it doesn't matter. They just head hunt on everybody until they leave. And where do we end up as a city? Nowhere. We have stormwater hasn't been done in 20 years. We got people that complain about it that serve on the commission. They didn't do anything about it when they were on the commission. Nothing gets done. It's just petty, back and forth, back and forth. You know who deals with it? The citizens and the staff. That's who takes the brunt. I've said my piece.
My suggestion as an HR manager and my experience in HR is that the first workshop that we have is one with city staff and the commission. That we try to work out some of, or have an open discussion where we can work out some of these issues. There's a fracture. And we have to work together if we're going to support the city. We cannot be on two sides of the spectrum or the issues. We have to be working together or we're not going to accomplish anything. We're going to find ourselves in the exact same place next month, the month after that, and a year from now. So if it's not a workshop, if it's something informal, we have to do something to get past where we are today, or we're going to continue to have this discussion. Whether it's Jim as the city administrator, or chief as the chief of police, whoever it is in this position, we will continue to have the same habits, the same practice, and the same behavior unless we get together and fix it. This is not going to change. And it's not pointing at any one person. It's us as a group. It's city staff as a group, and it's the commission as a group. You're going to continue to have the same problems if we don't sit down and address what the problems are. It happened before with the other commission. These are the same issues, just different players. So what are we going to do? Continue to repeat the same thing over and over again? This is sad. We're trying to run a city. This is sad that we're all sitting down having this conversation. We've got to do something differently. We continue to do the same thing again, you're just going to have the same response. My suggestion is some sort of workshop, some sort of gathering where we have a conversation. If it's not that and somebody else has a different suggestion, put it out there. But we have to fix us. We have to fix this group. This is who's running the city. If we don't fix us,
Closed thing?
can we have a closed meeting, Scott? No, we cannot. So
Nope,
it's not Scott. It's not
No.
us.
I mean, staff can, but not the
It's
commission.
not the commission. leave it to you, you're our leaders on what we should do.
I just got one question for you. When FEMA discusses the road and the flooding on the road and everything else, is there any way to tie Lake Harlan as part of the mitigation to resolve that issue?
The road, they will, the flooding issue is Woodard and Curran. And Woodard and Curran has been with us with FEMA involving that, so that we, we'd be overlap with engineering, what have you. They're focusing on the road aspect, because they're gonna tell you, Lake Ellen's a closed lake. It's got a certain amount of water, and so they're not gonna come in with a pumping system or a.
Well, no, the reason why I'm saying is CASA wants to develop the land around Lake Harlan, and he wants to manipulate the lake by moving dirt from one side to another so that he can increase the number of houses on one side of it next to the Corvette, which, when he builds the houses, is going to increase the flooding issue for the rest of the places around Lake Ellen and the Lake Harlan area where he's developing. Which is why I am always going to be voting for him to not be allowed to develop that property. That's why I was wondering if there's a way of adding that as a mitigation effort to have FEMA's help in federal government purchasing that property and using it, excavating it to make it a giant water retention area to handle all that flood water.
And that could be a discussion with the Woodard and Curran plan, as Lake Harlan be one of your places where water would go. And then we have to know how that impacts the two houses on there. But it also comes down to the fact that you've got a property owner that owns that property.
Right.
He's got certain vested rights. So he could turn around and say, I won't build any houses, just pay me how many millions of dollars I would make on this property for developing it, and pay me it, and I won't develop it. So, I mean, that will be part of we've had that discussion with Woodard and Curran in the sense of, we don't have many places to pump, and that may be the only thing that is an alternative, is that. But at the same time, I cannot tell Mr. Acosta he can't go through his application. Now, it'll go to PLDRC and you guys, so we've got a lot of steps to go through. And the plan that we saw a week or so ago is dramatically different than one previous, because there's a lot more retention, not only Lake Harlan, but all the retention ponds they built, because they know what the reality is, and there are corners that are dry and whatever can be built, but can he get the number of homes that they're looking out there, 109?
I don't see it without going into dense building.
But I can't stop him from going through the
Right.
process. He has his due process in terms of that, and he does have property rights. And I won't get into voting or not voting, because Scott may have to advise in the sense of votes we can have, but if somebody meets the code, they're doing what they're doing, then there comes down to an issue where maybe votes to deny actually end up costing the city money because we impeded on somebody's property rights and the following. But we're a little ways away from that one.
Mayor, if I may, one last bit, I think it would behoove us to connect a little bit of business. So our staff is telling us that we need a workshop, that there is an issue. We're seeing that here. And in the same fashion that I have supported other departments heads here, I want to support the staff that is talking to us tonight, telling us there's an issue. So for that reason, I think it is important that I make a motion, that we have a workshop and hash it out, figure out how we can support our staff so that our city and our commissioners can move forward together and conduct business, because the way that is being conducted right now is ineffective. And I hope that Jim will reconsider, which is what I said to him earlier, please reconsider. But I don't believe it's a valuable asset to our city. There's been a lot of business that has happened since you've come here. A lot of knowledge has been passed. And I don't want to lose that, but either way, Roxanne's right. We have to get on the same page and find a way to collaborate, and whatever that we can do as the commission to support our staff, I think is important that we do that. So,
I second that motion.
Nine.
You have to gavel.
No, I gave it back to you. It's on your side of the divide. It's on your side of the divide.
sounds like there's support for that motion.
It's like the hot potato. Now he wants it. Now he doesn't want it. Motion in a second.
Amended. Got it, yeah. 2 weeks.
2
21
weeks.
days, 2 weeks, 21 days, whatever you call it. No, it'll be 14 days.
We'll look at the calendar tomorrow and we'll put something out the record dates for you to be able to check.
Okay.
Okay,
I need
Fine.
a second on the amendment.
okay, yes, second.
Second on the amendment?
Discussion.
We're looking before.
No, he,
I
okay,
took
we just
it.
got to vote, right?
Yeah. Call for a vote.
Comments? None. Motion, move.
Amendment.
Amendment.
This all sale, all in favor.
All in favor?
It's not.
Aye. So
No
moved.
motion, aye.
So moved.
Y'all two don't have nothing down tonight? Y'all two don't have anything? Okay.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Rolling, going. Good night.
Now I won't go you. Get to the last second.
I didn't even see that.
They weren't sent from here.
But they're not getting out of
No, they were out. They were out the day they're supposed to be, or the day before. That's what we were told.
I didn't receive mine until 2 days ago.
But that might be your local post office, not them. When was it postmarked?
It wasn't postmarked.
It wasn't,
Because
see.
the way they do their postage,
Oh.
it's prepaid. When I called the post office, they said they got it in the postmark.
I will check before when you find out, but I spoke to Aaron about it, and we were trying to. They said they had got it out on the,
So well, somebody, there's a few minutes.
She said on the 30th.
30th, yeah, somewhere in there, but
Everything else doing good?
Yes.
I don't know, they sent them. I'll have to find out,
We were gonna get them?
But I bet your mom's supposed to pay on time.
I don't know. I'm not in finance. I get it. Same thing with Duke Energy, if I don't pay them, they'll come over 1 hour. They can be a day late, it's okay.
Yeah, they can send us late, but it doesn't.
No, I did write a statement, but he said he can't write it all. So it's already. 9 o'clock this evening, we
Go back to my swinging chair.
Okay.